Hi, good morning, guys. Ghost Raven here, and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines 2. I hope you guys are doing well today. Yeah, we are jumping in right where we left off the last time when we were looking at our higher residential and higher commercial and higher business district in the middle of our island over here, which I think looks pretty damn cool, if you don't mind me saying. Please don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll bring you more daily videos like this. So I'm already seeing something that I don't like. Looks like this marina that we built the last time. This point seems to be a little bit too high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use MoveIt to just try and bring this point down a little bit. Just try and make it look a little bit more realistic. I think that looks a little bit better. There seems to be a little bit of a thing here. Let's try a little bit more. I'll just try and bring it down a little bit more. No, it doesn't seem to be very happy. Okay, well, maybe we just take that as being steps, because cars and stuff and people are the only people that are going to use it. If they're going to use it at all, there's no need for them to come down here. It's more just a visual feature to make our city look a little bit cooler. But there's our marina. Some of the leisure pack items, I've put it over here to make this look a little bit cooler. And we do have this bridge that goes across the island, and I have already put in a traffic circle and a little bit of a grid infrastructure. But I'm thinking I'm going to change the tune completely with this. So what I want to do is probably keep the main road coming down the center like it is currently. And I want to bring in some more low residential. So maybe we can develop this island a little bit further. So let's buy some tiles. I'm going to buy, looks like we're going to have to buy a few to get all the corresponding stuff working. Probably those 7 for now, and then I want to increase the industrial area as well and try and bring in some more space on that side as well for us. We might as well just buy this tile. Seems a little bit silly that we're not. There we go. Okay, so we've created some more space on this side so we can expand our industrial area. We can probably bring in another highway intersection off here to bring in some more dense traffic into the section, straight into the industrial area, and maybe they can get into here. And I'd like to maybe bring this road across, maybe build a bridge over here so that we can get people to come across to this section of the island a lot easier and have a different route to get through. We do have the one main interlead into the city. We did create this intersection the last time, and they don't seem to be using it all that much. I don't see why, because this is a whole highway infrastructure that goes under the mountain and then pops up the other side, so it's a much quicker way of getting into the high residential area of the city, or high density version of the city. So this is a much lower density road. So, and we do have some parking off here, and we do have some features off here which I don't really want to destroy, because we did do some detailing. We put in a beautiful fountain and some chairs. People got, can come and chill, and lots of trees. We might need to have a bridge going across here. So we do have a pathway. So maybe we need to go over the pathway. So let's just try a single lane. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up 1. Okay, that is kind of in line with the road. And see if we can just get across this bridge, this water, without causing too many problems. It doesn't like the fact that... so let's go up 2. Okay, so that's a lot higher than what I would have liked to have gone, but it's over the pedestrian crossing, so it's not going to cause any issues. So can we just go directly from this road up here? We can. Okay, we're going to get rid of some of these trees that we use anarchy to place. That's the only reason why it allowed us to do that, and the same thing with these. Make sure those trees are not in the way. We can always put some more back if we want to. So let's go and do that right now. I'm going to place anarchies so we can place them nice and close together. And bring in the Europeans so we can use the other trees that we've been using. Now if we can detail further, we can make it look prettier, then that's what I want to do. Alright, so this road is kind of like not really in the center of the island. I would have preferred to have something a little bit more centralized. So let's have a look at a medium road. And let's turn anarchy off. And force it to terrain height. And then what we can do is we can try and go all the way the center of this island. That'll sort of be our main road infrastructure. Our main road into this, in and out of the section of the city. Okay, and we can bring this down. Other ones that look a little bit weird, but that should be okay. And I'm going to put in a large traffic circle over there so it can handle traffic. I don't like what it's done here, so maybe what we can do is we can add a key wall to both sides of this. Okay, that looks a little bit better. We might need to increase the density of this road. We'll just have to see how it goes. Okay, there's already a car using it and coming out this way. So now I don't know if we need this main intersection here. They can just come straight off the road. So let's just get this going. Perfect. Okay, so now we've got a different way for them to be able to get in here. We can see cars are already starting to use it. I don't want them to park on these roads, so what I'm going to do is to stop it from happening straight away. I'm just going to put grass on either side of the roads. No parking here, guys. That's not the reason for this road being here. Okay, same thing on this side. I'll probably put a cul-de-sac or something on the end of this. Nice big traffic circle or something. I don't know. We'll see. And then what I want to do is I want to branch off like we've done off here, so we can create some interesting infrastructure. So these are the main roads that'll bring the traffic in and out of the city, and then we need to bump them off the main road. So we're going to have a secondary but a smaller road. And what I want to do is I want to run that around the back. Okay, it's just a little bit more infrastructure for us. I'll just do it on this side. Okay, and then I think everything else can just be alleyways for the lower residential stuff. But to hook these up to the main road, so I think I've got a traffic circle here, so we might as well use it. Okay, and I wonder if what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this back, and I'm going to go with the continuous tool, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run a road all the way down the center of this other island. We can have low residential all the way along this way if we want to. Okay, and I want to put in a traffic circle, but nothing so big, so just something smaller like that. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to have a few more through roads to be able to, for the traffic to be able to get through. And we also want pedestrian stuff, so I'll put in another interleading road there. Another interleading road there. Gives us quite a lot of space to be able to zone. And if we want to run a tram down this side of the road, we can. And we can have some medium residentials and some shops along this corridor. Yeah, maybe we should go up a little bit so we can utilize the space, because at the moment we're not going to be able to utilize the space. And look at these guys being cheeky, parking on these roads already. I suppose I'm not going to be able to stop it, and I want people to be able to park here anyways, because there's going to be shops and restaurants and businesses and maybe some medium residential. Okay, so let's get some traffic circles going here. So I think the medium one on these interleading roads, and the smaller one on these ones. We are going to have fire and school and other things out this way as well. I'm going to put a cul-de-sac on the end here. Okay, and now some of the smaller alleyway roads. So if we're going to come out,
You're listening to Jade Road Radio. Your
wait,
home
too
for
much.
great music and prophecies of the greater China to come. Don't touch that dial.
A housing shortage is driving up prices in the area.
That's right, Glenda. But
I mean, we might need to buy that road as well. Okay, and they can just come off here, and this can just lead up
Welcome,
over
Professor.
here, split it up a little bit.
Shortage is bad for
Put in
the
a small
people
traffic
trying to
circle over there, I think.
survive.
Over there and over there. All the interleading roads. They can get you. Okay, and then the same thing, I think I want to bring right across there. Right across there.
Is the housing shortage going to make me richer?
I want to keep this for like schools or something.
I like the sound of that.
We can have some green space over there.
Thank you, Professor.
It is a question of priorities.
Interesting news from the city's export.
This doesn't
division.
hook up.
Sources tell us that our city has more services than we know what to do with.
And you know what that means, folks. It means we're not cutting things close enough.
Well, no. The point is we're selling it and bringing money into local
That's right.
economy.
You could almost say it's too much of a good thing.
Or we could say that we're enjoying a positive trade balance and the economy
And some
is
cul-de-sacs
booming.
on the end of these
More after
roads.
this.
And traffic circle over there. Not going to let us do it over there, it's fine. Medium one over there. Okay, it's looking good. We're going to be adding a lot more housing now all of a sudden. Okay, so let's try and utilize some of this space. Maybe we can build something here. Maybe go over here. I'm not quite sure yet. Okay, so there's the smaller infrastructure. I still think I want to utilize this space. And if we don't use it and we're not excited about it, we could always change it. But it adds an interesting road, then we can have some nice houses along there. So I think that's actually better. I don't know why these people are parking here. Not welcome. And smaller alleyways off here maybe. Get some interesting houses, or do we just leave it with the main road like that? I think that's fine. Okay, and then let's just go out this way. And the same thing, I want to just bring a road down. Needs to be anything hectic. See, there's definitely more space we can go off here. And maybe just a cul-de-sac on the end of these ones. Okay, some traffic circles. Okay, more traffic circles. Probably do cul-de-sacs or something. We can probably use the end of that island as well. But this is going to give us a lot of space to grow and expand, which is exactly what we want. I think that's pretty damn cool. Okay, and then the same things for the industrial area. But now the thing is, this is going to be a residential island, low residential island mostly. Maybe we'll have a little bit of mixed, medium, and mixed use along the main corridors and stuff. But for now, I think that's fine. Okay, so that's quite a lot of infrastructure we've just put in. And our cars are starting to use us to park, which is not fantastic. And maybe we can give them a parking lot off the main road. I'm not sure. There's obviously a need for it because there's a lot of people seem to be parking. Maybe we can put in a thing on this side and on that side. That looks a little bit better. Probably not high enough for boats to be able to pass underneath. And a lot of people seem to be walking across this way as well. So we do need to provide a lot of pedestrian access. At the moment, we don't have any pedestrian access. Okay, so let's think about that as well. So I'm also going to use the continuous tool. And there are going to be people that are going to be coming across the water. Now, we do have this pathway here already established. It's not going to be high enough to be able to go over. But if we did something... Why is it not letting me? It's way too high. Okay, is that the same height as the bridge? This is a little bit too high. I mean, we can probably bring this down. No, it's not liking us doing it there at all. Okay. So if we just do... No, we want to do that. Okay, is that going to go down to the pathway? Nope. Okay, we're not having much luck with this. Okay, let's try this. A little bit more of a slope, but now they can grab across here. We can probably bring this down. This doesn't look great at all. Let's bring this down a lot. Not too much. Okay, so we'll be able to walk across the bridge, and we're going to come down on this side. And we can come down sooner. I think we should. Okay. So hopefully people will start using that now. That's terrible. Can we not take the whole node? No, this is not working out nicely at all. Okay, so let's try that again. Nah, I'm not getting by on this at all. Okay, that's a little bit better. Ship should be able to get over that, so not very pretty, but it does what it needs to do. It needs to get people here, and you get people walking across the main road. Okay, so I wanted to run basically along the road here. Okay, we want them to be able to walk across there. So it'll join there. So we can get it to join there, so they can walk across there if they want. I'm not sure what we're going to use this area for yet. So they have ways of getting across there, getting across this road over here. We're probably definitely going to want to be able to go over this because it's just going to be too hectic. Okay, so let's just remove this for now. Let's put in the infrastructure on this side. Okay, what that allows us to do is get rid of the traffic circles and the pedestrian crossings and the traffic lights over this area. Excuse me. Okay, so this poor bugger needs to get down there. And then needs to get down to there. And that's that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to go down this way.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
Okay, so definitely go.
Thanks for joining us here today on Jade Road Radio. don't forget to post your pics and fanfics. I'll be checking in with you all day, online or on the air.
Okay.
This is Jen Smith, and it's time
And
for
then
another song.
I think
And on to our main featured story. The commercial district is booming.
what I'm
as
going to
the
do
area
is I'm going to
attracting
do the
more
same thing here
high-end
where we go
stores,
up over the
bringing
road.
the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate. Or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this. Industry in the region is on the rise, and when business is doing well, that floats our boat.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda.
Okay, and we want to come back down this way as well. So they can walk across that way if they want to. And I want to come down. Okay, and then what we can do is we can add a traffic circle here because it needs one. It's not going to let us. And they can cross over the road over there if they need to. Okay, so they have access that way. Have access across the river. I need to delete all of this stuff because this is terrible. And just start that again. Much better. Okay, that's fine for now. Alright, so they can get across the bridge, they can go down here, they can get down to here if they need to. Not going to be able to walk along here, so we want to be able to have a pathway that they are going to be able to walk along. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the low residential and start getting some of those houses in. I don't know where I want to start. There's so much to do. Okay, and we do want to put in some schools. We want to put in some other things as well. We created some of the pedestrian infrastructure, some of the road infrastructure. This we're going to have to go over if we want to go over, or maybe even under. We can come out the other side into something cool. This allows us to add some more zoning in. So I'm going to stick with the Japanese theme, and I'm going to see where I can put some houses in. I think we can start by filling in some of these. That's going to be our low residential demand going right down. It'll pop back up again because there's always a demand for low residential. Okay, so this house is a little bit big. I don't want such a big house to form. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove the last 2 squares of it. So it doesn't have to terraform the land too much. This is kind of okay. I'm happy with that. Okay, and stick with the Japanese theme. Can paint some houses in here. I see the demand's already coming up, so it's working beautifully. Okay, so the same thing with this. I messed this up again, so let's try not to do that. It doesn't mess up the water too much. And then the same thing over here, but I'm going to control very specifically how far they can go back. The same thing here, how far they can go back. Because they're going to be able to go back the entire way. But I do want to start thinking about parks and stuff like that as well. So we do have a hilly playground, which we haven't used before. Let's put it right there in the residential side. Okay, and Maybe some parking and stuff next to it. Happy to not do anything like that for now. Should have some nice size houses forming as well. Excuse me. Okay, we still got 15 million and we've got 97 coming in every month. Okay. Constant lower demand. There's never enough demand. I mean, there's always demand for low residential. Okay, so start going down here a little bit. This alleyway. Just be very careful. I don't want them to go too close to the water. That should be okay. And then I think that should be okay. It was constant demand. See, it goes down a little bit and it comes back up again. Okay, while we're here, I want to just start adding some of the trees and everything straight away. So, just so that it looks like it's been established and it's been here for a long time. We haven't created any beach properties or anything. I don't know if we want to do something like that here. I can spend an entire hour just putting in trees because I just like lots and lots and lots of trees. It just makes it look so much cooler. I mean, having the trees in comparison to... Okay, so there are trees along there. We can control it in such fine detail like this. It's better for me, I think. I'm probably just going to use the multi-tool first and just spray in a lot, and then we can just add some fine tuning as we need to. And you can see like the difference. It's a big difference between all the trees. Excuse me. Big difference between these trees and the other trees on the other side. The lack of trees. See, so, I mean, we could put some medium residential buildings and stuff on here. But let's bring in some more low residential for the moment. Let's be very specific. Okay, so that you can go full width. This you can go full width. That you can go full width. That you can't. Let's not get too close here. See if they're going to utilize more space. No, they're not. Okay. Which is fine. Okay, so let's rather use this tool. So I'm going to change brush strength to 100. I'm going to bring it, keep it at, I think that's fine. Change it to an older, make sure that that is off. And then what I can do is I can just quite quickly paint in trees. Just start filling it up so that it doesn't look so sparse. Then we can go and we can fine tune it a little bit later. But just establishing a new area here. The longer you leave it on, the more the nooks and crannies it'll fill into. Not doing such a bad job. Try and fill out in between with our other trees. See, it's along the edges and in between the houses we'll definitely have to fine tune. But it's immediately looking a lot better. See a lot of empty space. And that's when we use the single tool and we put anarchy back on. We can really fill it up if we want to. There we go. Already looking a lot better. Okay, this needs to be filled out a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more on this side. I left space for parking and I left space for other things if we need to add it in. Space for a lot more housing, which we're not using at the moment. There we go. So we've established quite a big low residential area, which I think we're going to fill out and make look pretty damn cool. We do have people being able to get across. We've got a new way of them to be able to get in and out of the city, which is obviously making this road a lot busier. We are going to have to think about maybe upgrading this infrastructure and this road and giving them pedestrian access, maybe getting rid of this parking lot, making this more of a through road. But you can see it's already being used quite a lot.
Has been issued for the immediate
So I think it's going quite well.
Road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
Okay, so let's just add some more low residential in.
Thanks for joining us here today on J
Let's try and
Road
get that in.
Don't forget to post your pics and fanfics. I'll be checking in
We
with
can
you all
probably
day,
come
online or on the air. This is Jen Smith.
all the way
It's
along
time
this
for
road.
another song.
And on to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our
See, I don't think I want
You can
medium
now
residential
shop
here
for
as well.
designer
I didn't want the
shoes
city
while
to get too
sipping a
big.
fancy local Jarva mate, or so my wife tells me. That's good for business.
You know, maybe we can
and
put in some
good
mixed
for the
use or some
community.
shops or something, because there's actually no shops out this side at all.
This just in from traffic. If you're thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays on the major roads, especially during rush hour.
Good to know, Jim. Seems like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast. It's worth slowing down. And if you can,
See, we don't have any shops out this side.
outside.
So maybe we can use the smaller
I'd rather
Japanese
wait now
style
in
shops.
traffic than to have to start thinking about everything all the time. Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere.
Okay, and then we can just use a little bit of anarchy and just get a little bit closer in here and just fill out some of these spaces. Okay. Oh my god. It's because we had anarchy on. Okay. So now that anarchy's off. See, it just takes us forever to fill out these number of trees by hand. So just get the system to help us a little bit. Then we can fill it out later by ourselves if we want to, make it more dense. It does quite a good job on its own. Okay, so just like here, we're going to want to just go in and be a little bit more detailed ourselves, get a little bit closer, add a little bit more density of trees. Okay. Taking shape like it's always been here. We have lots of people walking on the side of the road. We still have people using, a lot of people using the bridge, but there's a pedestrian crossing right here that they can use. I don't know why they're not using it. Okay, so there's like some shops. And what I was thinking, maybe just putting in some mixed juice. Okay, and just bring anarchy back in and just make sure we can get it nice and close. Just mixed use brings in a lot more people because it's medium density, so it's definitely more problematic. Okay, so we want a Japanese medical center out this way, I think. So that we can have off this main road here. Okay, and then from a schooling perspective, I want to just choose the Japanese theme. Can we? We can. Okay, so elementary, these schools are massive. High school, even bigger. That's why it's nice. We can probably do... Oh, it is really, really, really big. Okay, Japanese college, Japanese university. So I don't think we have any colleges or any universities at all. I don't think our educational demands are being met. Yeah, so we've got no educational colleges and no universities. So, I mean, this is quite a nice place to put a university if you wanted to put one in. Okay, so all of a sudden we now have university, which is fantastic. Okay, make sure we've got anarchy off. I can just go out the front of the building and we can create an alleyway in. Okay, and see if there's any sort of default parking we can kind of fit in here. It's shocking. That's what it is. Okay, if we upgrade this road to maybe a medium-sized one, let's just see. No. Okay, let's rather just bring them in closer together. Okay. I don't know why this doesn't look great. So let's try and go into the surfaces and see if we can just overlapping items. Okay, Okay, so I want this surface. Okay, and then I want you to be extended out. We can just extend the grass all the way. Just make it look better, play with the surfaces. It's the same on this side, it is the same on this side. So if we drag that out, and we drag that out, it's going to look better. That I think really looks okay. Okay, and it's definitely got some of these flower boxes. I'm not sure which ones though. I think it looks like something like that. I'm going to add my own, make it look a little bit more realistic. Okay, so now we have a little bit of space on this side. So maybe we can put a row of trees. No, I want to use the advanced line tool. I want to bring this down. What are we doing? No, I want trees, guys. Trees. Okay, so it's only going the smaller one. I don't want the smaller one, I want a bigger one. Is it going to be too big? Probably. So let's use the smaller trees. There we go. The parking lot's going to be filled out pretty quickly. Okay, but there we guys, we have our first university. I want some sort of a sports ground or something out the back here, but that definitely looks pretty damn cool. And we have a medical center. I don't know if it's completely necessary. I'm just sticking with the Japanese theme. And we want the Japanese firehouse. And maybe I can run in a road at the back here. Make sure anarchy is off. Okay, let's see if we can fit a firehouse in there. We can. Okay, and then police station. Oh no, it's a little bit too big. Yeah, I'll fix you now. So I'm not going to let it join up with the main road, it doesn't need to. And I can just also remove the traffic lights and stuff over here and the pedestrian crossings. Okay, and we need the Japanese firehouse, or police station. We can probably make this a district and these can be specific to this district. Okay, but there's... Okay, so what have we got? We've got firehouse, medical. Seems a little bit strange. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these roads. I'm just going to put these directly onto the main road over here. We just move it on a little bit. Give them a little bit of space in between. Better? Excuse me. And you see you can have like a big parking lot or something at the back. Although I don't want them to be able to drive off the road. Excuse me. Okay, and we also need to start thinking about parks as well. So we do have a American football field, soccer field. Don't have enough space for the soccer field. Oh, we do. So next to our university we have a soccer field, which I think is pretty damn cool. We can fill this out with trees and make this look a lot better. On neighborhood still getting okay, and we definitely have a problem with death care. Okay, so we've got the crematorium and we've got the French one, which is really tiny, which I think is pretty cool. So if we run a road or a little alley out the back like that, and let's just remove the intersections. We'll definitely have to give this area a lot of love, but for the moment I just want to get one of these in. Just putting in some more road infrastructure in case we need to add any more buildings, any more service buildings at a later stage.
Issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please
And maybe
exercise
put the traffic
caution if you must drive
crossings
and try
back
to
over
stay
there.
off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement. A
Okay,
driving
and
advisory
let's get some
issued
trees
for the
going.
immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must
Space for more
drive and
parking and
try to
stuff on
stay
the
off
side if we need
streets
it.
until conditions improve. This has been a local public service
I think this is looking okay.
You're listening to the sounds of Jade Road Radio. Can you hear the ancient ones stirring?
I was going to add the
That's
other
not
ones
just
as well.
imagination. This is your
I still want to
host,
use the space
Pedestrian.
maybe for some commercial or something, so I'm not too worried
It's
about it
just
for
in
now.
traffic. If you're thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays on the major roads, especially during rush hour.
Good to know, Jim. Seems
Okay,
like
but there's our
everyone's in a
university,
hurry to
there's
get somewhere
our
fast.
all of
Is
our
worth slowing down.
all the things we need. So we've got a hospital, we've got a fire station, we've got a police station, and we have a
Oh,
crematorium.
I'd rather wait an hour in
Crematorium is a
traffic
French
than
one,
have
which is
to
a
start
little
thinking
bit
about
out
it.
of
Besides, if I
thing
come
here,
back,
but
I've
it's
never
fine.
had
It's
it.
fine. It's something. It's small because the other
We're
ones take up a lot
live,
of space.
and
So
we're
I
getting
just prefer
reports
to
about a
use less
traffic
space.
accident,
Let's have a look at some of these mixed-use
somewhere in
buildings.
the city.
Road maintenance
I
services
think they're
have
quite
already
nice, and we've got some
been
just
sent.
general shops down the east side.
But if you're
Absolutely
planning a quick trip
perfect.
out, you might want to
Okay, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe, and I will definitely catch you on the next one. I hope you have a good day. Take care. Cheers, eh? Bye-bye.